What's up, guys? This is Evan Shank, your online personal trainer and fitness advice guy. Today, I'm a general advice guy. We started a series. I was telling you about a book that I'm reading. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. We went through the first chapter. I made a small video and I will link it right here. You can click on this link right here. It'll take you to that. We're moving on to chapter 2. Chapter 1 was all about believing in yourself and believing that you can succeed, okay? The second chapter is all about excuses and what the common excuses are and how to cure that, what David calls in this book, excusitis or excusitis. Just basically saying it's a sickness and that you can cure yourself of it. I've got some references that I want to share with you in this book and maybe get you thinking about a couple different things if you might be struggling in one of these areas. First thing is, if you want to be a successful person and get the most out of your life, you have got to get rid of excuses. You've got to understand that you control your own destiny, okay? 4 major areas that people will find excuses in to say why they're not accomplishing or why they're not doing what they want to or this, that, or the other. Number 1 is health, okay? A lot of people say, oh, well, I'm too sick. I'm not healthy enough to do what I want to do. And so I just kind of want to read you a couple things out of this book that David has to say about people that struggle with that. And the first one is, thoughts, positive or negative, grow stronger when fertilized with constant repetition. Think about that. If you think about something, whether it's a good thought or a bad thought, if you just really focus on that thought and you keep thinking that thought, guess what? It's going to go stronger. You're fertilizing those thoughts. And so if you're thinking, oh, I'm not good enough because of my health, you can actually make yourself sick. It goes on in the book, it says looking and looking for an illness often actually produces an illness. Believe it or not, and then it goes on to say that he pulled a reference from a different book and says that 3 out of every 4 hospital beds are occupied by people who have EII, which stands for emotionally induced illness. Imagine 3 out of 4 people right now are sick because they've thought themselves into sickness. Can you believe that? Understand that you can control your health, okay? There's a lot of things you can do. You're on a fitness channel right now. I've got so much for you that I can give to you, and there's a lot of great channels out there and a lot of good information on the internet. So understand that health cannot be an excuse. You have to cure that excuse. The second major excuse that people use is they start talking about their intelligence or their brains, their thinking power and what they're capable of doing. Okay, a lot of people say, well, I'm just not quite smart enough to pull off what I would like to really do. Here's a quote: "The thinking that guides your intelligence is much more important than how much intelligence you may actually have." Okay, so how much the thinking that guides that intelligence is more important than what your IQ really is. He refers to Einstein in this book, where Einstein says, I don't need to be in an encyclopedia. I don't know how many feet are in a mile. He says that specifically. I don't know. But I know where to look to find it. You know what? I use my brain power. I think. I think about things. Those are the people who are successful, are those who can cultivate new and creative thoughts and learn how to work through situations. So think about that. Your IQ really has nothing to do with your potential, okay? So that kind of debunks that. Brains has nothing to do with it, okay? You can't use that as an excuse and it be valid, okay? You're trash talking yourself, okay? The third one is age. A lot of people say they're too young to go out and do what they want. People just think that they're just little kids. A lot of guys, they give up on their dreams because after they've done their career and now they're retired, they have time to do what they want to do, but they think they're at the end of they're almost to the chopping block. It's the end of their life. And the reality is, people who are retiring at 70 go on and still have a solid 20 years or so if they're taking care of themselves to accomplish what they want to. Okay, so you can't go and just say that your age has something to do with it. Okay, if you want to feel youthful, you have to think youthful. You have to be creative. You got to keep yourself excited about life. If you're young and you're trying to produce mature things in your life before you really feel like you're of the age to get it, you have to think maturely. You need to think responsibly. You need to prove people that it doesn't matter what number I am. It doesn't matter how many birthdays I've had, how many candles I had to blow out on my birthday cake 2 months ago. It doesn't matter. It's about your thoughts, your creativity, your drive, your passion, okay? Just the life that you have. And guess what? As soon as you're born, you have that life. You have that energy, okay? So the last one is, a lot of people say, oh, well, it's just my luck. It's bad luck. This is a huge one. A lot of people think that luck has something to do with it. But, you know, in this book, it's really good at debunking that myth of thinking that luck actually does have something to do with it. 2 ways to cure your exutitis. I don't even know how he says it. 2 ways to cure that in the luck department is understand that you need to accept the law of cause and effect. Okay, you can't just go based on luck. Everything is a cause and effect in this world. Okay, it's the butterfly effect with certain things. When Mr. Success receives a setback, he learns from it and he profits. He moves forward. He takes his failures, his upsets in stride, and learns to take that bad luck, the cards he's been dealt, and turn them into a winning hand, because he uses his mind, he uses his passion, he uses all that he is to continue to strive for that success. Okay? It's all about just thinking positively. Okay? This whole book just goes back to being sure of yourself, believing in yourself, like we talked about last time. And then the last thing is, don't be a wishful thinker, okay? You have to put things into action. The last quote I'm going to share with you is, David Schwartz says, "Success comes from doing those things and mastering those principles that produce success." Okay? I'll say it again. Success comes from doing those things and mastering those principles that produce success. Okay? So, look up to, who do you look up to? Who are the successful people? Who are doing what you would like to do? Go out there, learn how they did it, be creative about it, okay? Just get out there. Don't use excuses to hold you back, okay? That's all it's going to do is going to give you a shorter life, it's going to give you a depressing life, and you're never going to accomplish anything of value that you see, okay? So those are the 4 ways. Don't think about your health negatively, okay? You can actually make yourself sick. Don't think that the number of your IQ matters when it comes to what your potential is. It's all about your thinking power, not your intelligence. Your age, whether you're old or you're young, you're still a human being with such a beautiful mind and a beautiful heart, okay? Use those things to your best ability, and you will continue to skyrocket. And last but not least, don't think that luck has anything to do with it. If you get bad news, learn how to turn it around. Keep yourself positive. It's going to affect your life, the lives of the people around you. And when the people around you are being affected positively by your simple actions, guess what? Everybody blossoms. It becomes the most beautiful place to be. And that is right now, today, tomorrow, the next day. Alright guys, until next time, think about those things and see how you can apply those in your life. Where are you making excuses for yourself? Learn how to nip these in the bud so you can continue to propel up the ladder of success.